cruelty, and this is the last story, and then I'll pick up your calls for the rest of the hour here. The meat industry, and it's not really the meat industry, because the meat industry is kind of multifactorial. There is the big ag, the big factory farms, and then there are a lot of kind of medium-sized farms that don't confine animals and don't have giant lagoons of pig poop and stuff. And then there are even small operations that tend to do organic meat and things like that. Or just range fed and stuff like that. But the big ag part of it, the really big part of agriculture, the corporate agriculture, they routinely pack chickens into battery cages so crowded that the chickens can't stretch out their wings. The calves raised for veal can't even turn around in the crates that they're in. Pregnant pigs are held in gestation cages so small they can only sit or stand or lie down in them. They can't turn around. They can't move. And so now the Republican-led Ending Agricultural Trade Suppression Act, or the EATS Act, Ending Agriculture Trade Suppression is what's EATS Act. Well, let me hang on. Let me back up a little bit. There's over 1,000 laws in 26 states. These are principally blue states that say you can't do that. If you're going to raise hogs, you've got to let them move around. If you're going to raise chickens, you got to give them a little space. If you're going to raise veal calves, you have to, treat them humanely. So now comes this Republican-aligned group that has proposed this EATS Act that is a federal piece of legislation that would preempt over 1,000 state and local laws designed to anti-cruelty laws designed to protect animals. It would also preempt, in other words, throw out all the laws that regulate puppy mills and kitten mills. 80% of voters, this was up for a public ballot in Massachusetts. Shall we ban, these crates and cages and things and, require farms that raise meat animals? Shall we require them to have humane conditions? 80% of Massachusetts voters said yes, they should be humane conditions. This act being promoted by Republicans in the House of Representatives right now and the Senate would overturn that law in Massachusetts. There's a similar law in California. It wasn't done by ballot initiative. It was done by the legislature, but same thing. It would overturn over 1,000 laws. California's was passed by the people. It was Proposition 12, excuse me. And in fact, the Supreme Court upheld it as constitutional. This bill would also weaken public health protections. Last August, or last month, more than 150 bipartisan House lawmakers signed a letter urging the House Agriculture Committee not to include the EATS Act in the Farm Bill. A group of 30 U.S. senators signed a similar letter rejecting the EATS Act. But right now, the Farm Bill that looks like it's going to come out of the House of Representatives will probably have this in it. So get ready. Republicans just can't, they can't help themselves. If a big corporation or a billionaire says jump, Republicans just impulsively say, how high, how high? Oh, yes, yes, sir, yes.